Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the house of the kids are moving in today, so you're going to hear some clanging, some banging. It is what it is. It's called life. Now, I do have something to share with you. But first, welcome back. My name is Leslie, and if you haven't been here before, you've wandered across my little corner of the internet. What are we doing today? It is Christmas in July, people, whether we're ready for it or not. Here we come. And so today I thought we would take, well, a laser project from my laser cutter and turn it into a project that anybody can do at home. So this was the laser cut project. It's the Christmas dice gift exchange. Okay. And so, of course, you have your dice, and whatever you roll is what you must do. What I did for this one was I used a dollar store base. This just came from the dollar store. I laser engraved the game onto it. I added some feet, these little half beads, I call them. I don't know what they're called. And then what I did was once I had added them and I used some super glue, I just used the natural Minwax wood finish to seal it all. So I'll read it to you. If you roll a 1, you get to keep your gift. If you roll a 2, you pick 2 people to swap gifts. If you roll a 3, everyone must pass their gift to the left. If you roll a 4, everyone passes their gift to the right. If you roll a 5, you unwrap your gift. And if you roll a 6, you leave the game with the gift that you have in your hand, or you stay and continue to play. So there we go. It's that simple and that basic, and I love this. And of course, that meant that I had to make some dice. So I did a red dice and a white dice. And that, of course, meant that I had to get my 3D printer going and print the dice. So it's been a fun morning. Now, what are we doing for this game? Let me take you down to the desk. So here we go, going down. Don't mind my messy hands, please. For this one, I am doing a more adult game. Left, right, drink. Now this one is just a sample. It isn't perfect by any means, but it will do for what I want it to do. This again is another dollar store base, the exact same one. Now people continuously message me, so I'm just going to get to the heart of the matter right now. I do buy my bases from the dollar store, even though I have a laser cutter. Why, you ask? Wood is expensive. It's cheaper to buy a nice base, if I can find what I want, than it is to use my wood to cut it out. So there we go. I bought these at the dollar store, so I might as well use them up, right? And what I've done is I've painted front and back with 2 coats of the Craft Smart white paint. That's it. I dried that, and now I have added some satin Mod Podge. And I have let it dry to the point where it is tacky. I've printed this out. I cut it out with my, excuse me, sorry, with my paper trimmer. And now I am going to use my ruler, and I'm going to play the center it game so that we kind of have it where we want it. So 1 1/4. Perfect. Now we'll measure from the middle here. I have 1. from the middle here, I have one. So right there is actually perfect. I'll get it as straight as I can. Excuse me, I'm going to stand up, not to be rude. But there we go. And now, whoop, sorry guys, sorry. Like I said, it is a bit tacky, so I'm going to push down into it. And I'm going to use my Cricut scraper for that soon as I get off the Mod Podge from the last round. So I'm just going to smooth it down. I do not want bubbles. Okay? I'm hoping for the no bubbles. Now, if you can't get it to stick, there is a way to fix it. And I will show you. Now, the reason it does not want to stick is because I had a delay in getting started with you guys. And so it had a bit more time to dry than I like. But that's okay. We can work around that. I just want to be sure that I have no bubbles. Right? Now, I did see somebody who said her favorite way to do this is to apply double-sided tape to her paper and then to go ahead and lay it down, and it keeps it from relifting and causing bubbles. I'm not sure how that would work. I'm a little too nervous to try it today because I know, having done this method before, that it will work. So one thing I forgot to tell you, when you're using any kind of sign, and especially one from the dollar store, you want to be sure to go ahead and to take your time and give it a quick, sorry guys, I just want to, there we go. I'll just bring you up a little wee bit. There we go. You want to take your time and you want to sand, okay? Yes, they've probably run it through a planer or something, but it's not always the best, right? So then you got your 2 layers of paint on it. You've got your first layer of Mod Podge. It's tacky. You're sticking down your printout that you've printed on your home printer. It was really easy to find this game and to bring it up in a program and just print it out, cut it out, and now we're going to apply it. But if you're like me and you've left it sit too long and it wants to not stick to the Mod Podge, you can grab an iron and you can go over it. Now, I really do suggest you put some parchment paper or some protection over your paper. You do not want to burn it, and you do not want to stop and hold your iron there. Okay? And that has flattened it out nicely. Let me go once more on a couple of spots there that I'm always nervous about when I do this, and that's my edges. Now, my iron is not extremely hot. It's on a medium setting. You could probably use a low. And we're just reactivating the Mod Podge that is under the paper to allow it to stick, okay? And once it has stuck down, we are ready to begin the next step. So just allow me, please, to turn off my iron. There we go. And the next step now begins. Okay, and I like to use, when applying Mod Podge, what I forgot to grab. Sorry guys, I forgot to grab myself a clean sponge brush. So here we go. I like to use a sponge brush, and I just dump some out on the table. You can dump a whole bunch depending on the size of your project. You can dump a little. And away we go. You want to do smooth, even strokes in one direction. And you want to really make sure that you're getting your edges. Wet your paper, try not to saturate it. And the other hint I should tell you is to be sure that you have allowed time for your ink to dry on your paper. Okay, you don't want to take it straight from the printer and straight to the Mod Podge because it needs time to dry. So keep that part in mind, please. There we go. It doesn't take an excessive amount. And now, very quickly, I'm going to make sure to take out any bubbles. I am not worried about getting the glue on this. I will simply wipe it off afterwards so that I'm not worried about it. And then, since my iron is still warm, there we go. Ooh. I see one spot here that's being stubborn. So I will take and push it down. Go very, very slow. If you have an air bubble, go really slow. Okay, guys, this is not air bubble removal, I guess we could call it. Is not something that you want to be fast on, okay? Now, I am totally going to let this air dry and do a second coat. Okay, there is a couple of bubbles right there. But I can work them out with my finger, taking my time to gently just work them out. And when I put on the second coat, it will help a lot too. The second coat is because you may have missed a spot on the first coat, right? Especially here around your edges. So I like to be absolutely positive. And now that I have this part done, I am going to take a piece of paper, going to put it on there. Don't worry, my Mod Podge is pretty well dry. And I'm going to stick my legs on. And I have taken them and I have painted them white. And the way I'm going to seal the back is not with Mod Podge, but with the crayon spray seal, okay? So all I do is take this, and it doesn't take a lot of this. I put it right there. I love this glue because it's versatile. It works for my wood and it works for my plastics. So for me, I get a double the value. I don't have to, whoops, 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 whoops. I don't have to buy anything but the one glue, which in this day and age Save yourself the money, right? Just line it up here. Line up your legs using a ruler, just like that, and you're good to go. Now, how far in did I go on that one? 2 was the middle, so 2 was the middle. So right about there, I would say, will be good. I kind of left a little mark with the ruler in case you hadn't guessed, but I am still going to do this. 2 was the middle. So there we go, bringing it down just a bit. I don't want it too far up. That's another good thing about this glue is that I don't have any worries about having a minute to kind of do the glue shuffle, you know. I think what I will wish I had a longer ruler. I really do have to buy one now that I've lost my other one. Well, probably not lost, but put where I won't forget it, you know, that moment where you look at it and say, I'm not going to forget that I put it here. And then you look for it and you've totally forgotten where you put it, which drawer ruler was in. So there we go. We have 4 legs. We have our game. And we have our dice. And it was that easy, guys. Now, is there other ways to do it? Of course there is. You could do it on a placemat. You could do it using vinyl. You could do it on a, where did I set that? Chalkboard, so that you could switch your games in and out. You could use chalk, you could use vinyl, you could go for chalk paste. There are many, many ways to achieve the same things. Now, the order, excuse me, coffee. The order I am working on right now, they want actual dice glued into place. That's fine. Give them people what they want, right? So, guys, it was that simple. Now that it is dried, the bubbles are gone. You can't see them. And it looks absolutely awesome. It's a fun game to play. If you wanted to make it a gift, you add your dice. Maybe you add a couple of cute glasses. Um, maybe a couple of recipes for drinks that you enjoy. You know, this is very much an adult game, but if you wanted, say, the kids to participate, you could make mocktails for the kids, right? So we have, for game number 1, our left right drink. And for game number 2, we have, whoops, our Christmas dice exchange. So there we go. Basically the same thing done 2 different ways. So if you do not have a laser engraver at home, you can still do these games. Don't worry. There are ways around everything. And if there isn't a way, you know what? Make yourself a way. All right, guys, I'm going to bring you back up. Get ready, camera movement. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I certainly had fun making them. and sharing them with you. Uh, I will give credit where credit is due. The actual pattern for the Christmas dice gift exchange was one that I did find on the X Tool uh, community months ago, and I cannot find it again to give the designer their name, but I want you to be aware that it was designed by somebody and placed on there for community use, for which I am very grateful. People share their talents, and that's what it's all about. All right, guys, it is Friday, so I hope you have a awesome weekend. I hope you get to do something that you love, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye.